privilege of the floor. If there's someone who'd like to talk about something that's on the agenda, we can do that. If not, we'll get into old business. And actually, I have two items under old business, but it's basically the same. I reported a week or so ago that I talked to Mr. Ellis, the Newburgh office or New Windsor office of the State Comptroller's office. And that he said probably within a week or two we would receive the results of the audit of the village wastewater treatment plant project and associated billing of the town, okay, and whatnot. And so that audit came through on Friday afternoon. It's 25 pages long, so I don't want to go through all 25 pages, but there's a couple things I think they're important to talk about. One is this report goes back to the period June 1st, 2003, all the way up to the period of November 2nd, 2009. And it looks at the planning, the building of the wastewater treatment plant, and then it gets into answering some questions about that the town posed. We wanted some information on regarding how we were billed. And so I don't want to, I'm going to leave it to the board if they want to comment on things important to them. But the two things that I came out of this report, in addition to how it's planned and built, the two things that were pertinent, I think, to the town board and the town citizens is the State of New York Comptroller's Office, independent group, auditing group, has corroborated the position that we've taken all along, which is that the town board feels we've been overcharged for sewer services. Nothing more, nothing less. And so they said that right in the report. And just to kind of state what was in this morning's paper, it says, State backs town of Goshen and sewer bill spat with village. State Comptroller's report released this week supports accusations by the town residents that they've been overcharged on their sewer bills. And then it goes through about the 25-page report. The other thing that's pertinent in this report to us, we've been maintaining all along that we should settle this by arbitration. And it's binding arbitration. So whatever the arbiter or arbiters say in their judgment is binding with both parties, versus going the lawsuit court route, which, as Mr. Cantorino would say, is I don't want to sue myself. And that's very profound, because that's exactly what would happen if we go to court. But there's other very interesting reading in this report relative to the planning and the bidding and all the other parts about this plant. And so I think it should be of great interest to the people living in the village, as well as the people in the town. The other thing is that I read in the paper one day last week, I think it was, that the news reporter was at the village board meeting, and it was reported that the town had rejected the village offer in the negotiating process, as reported by Kyle Roddy. As to the contrary, okay, what occurred is we gave a counteroffer, and the counteroffer is that they take over our lift station, and beyond, so that in essence we would be getting services for the dollars rendered in the billing process. But it never got to that level in the reporting. It was, here's what they proposed to us, and then we rejected it, which is not totally true. So with that, if someone on the board would like to comment on their feelings of the audit, or state what's going on, please speak up.
I'll speak up. I'm not going to go about the controller's report. That's all self-explanatory. That's all their comments. I just want to reflect on the article that was in the Times Herald Record, as Doug said, that we rejected their offer. Me and Kenny were on the negotiating team. I could say that it looked like it was getting pretty close. All right. But I just want to explain something to the public. You hear that we get subsidized, and what took place after we number crunched the proposal, we found out that probably 65 to 75% of the people would be paying equal, if not more, than what they were paying before with the infiltration. Now, all along, we asked for a level playing field. The level playing field was the measurement of water, all right? Rates were a different issue. But I just want to explain something to Jerry, since you're taking notes, is that our two subdivisions currently not only pay the village for service, but they pay for other service within the town to get work performed. It's all this board was asking for. If you're in the sewer business, you're in the sewer business. So all we were asking for is that our lift stations would be included in the system, because the lift station is part of a sewer system. The rates that we have been paying before, right now, and the rate that we would have paid going forward, we would have been paying for their lift stations, for their administration costs, for their transmission lines, and everything else that's in that bill. But yet we would still have to charge our two subdivisions a different organization to take care of things that we're subsidizing the village. And we just didn't feel that was fair. That if you're in the sewer business, you're in the sewer business. Lift stations are a part of a sewer district, and we wanted them to be taken care of. And so these two subdivisions can get some relief. But it's not even relief. It is the right thing. All right? It is the right thing because it is part of a sewer system. They have lift stations. In essence, our people are getting double dipped. And that's the way I could explain it best. Thank you.
Thank you, Lou. Any other comments from anyone?
Yeah, I'd like to comment, not about any of the particulars of the order itself, but I would still like to reiterate my position that we have two boards that represent Goshen, and we can surely negotiate and come to some agreement. Obviously, if we can't, then it should go to arbitration. But if we don't, then it goes into court. We come out with whatever the result was, including legal fees. And it just doesn't make any sense. We have enough expenses to pay, and the tax burden on our residents is just overwhelming at this particular point. And just to, I mean, we're adult boards, and we should be able to work this out. And we had our two negotiators are still able and willing to work it out, and we should be able to. Now, there's been a lot of documentation reviewed by the state, and I would urge the village, and I know that the responses were all along, with almost all of them, that they rejected the state's opinion. Of course, the state reiterated most of those and explained what documentation that they did use. So maybe they can take another look at all their documentation and the methods that they used to build the sewer and build the residents of the town and what they included, and maybe a new platform for negotiations. Because we have the sewer, we have to go forward,